Hello everyone. For this session we will cover the component classification screen. First, let's understand the process flow. The user starts this process by accessing the component classification screen. From here, a new record can be created. You must complete all required fields. After the information is entered, the record needs to be saved. This completes the setup. Before you proceed, ensure that the organization is set up. To begin, navigate to the HR Management folder. Then, open the General Setup and click on Component Classification to proceed. Next, select the appropriate organization. You will then enter the classification name as Information. Add a description if it is required. Finally, click Save to complete the record. Now, let's switch to the system and walk through each step to understand the configuration in action. Let's begin by logging into the system. This is the login page. I will enter the user ID as Sonic Admin and enter the password to log in. Once logged in, we land on the home page. Here, you can see a few mosaics displayed. Today we will be configuring component classification. This is part of the general setup required for leave or absence. Navigate to the component classification screen. To access the screen, click on the menu bar at the top left corner and search for component classification. Alternatively, you can navigate through the HR Management folder. Inside this folder, you can see many sections for HR modules. Under the HR Management folder, you will find the General Setup menu. Click on General Setup and then navigate to the Component Classification screen. Here you can see a few component classifications that have already been created for other modules. So, before we proceed, let's understand why component classifications are used. These classifications help categorize payroll and attendance components based on their purpose. For example, earning refers to salary additions like basic or HRA. Deduction includes salary deductions such as PF or tax. Contribution covers employer-side contributions like employer EPF or ESI. Information categorizes non-financial data like hours or days. These classifications help apply correct rules, simplify reporting, and ensure accurate processing in both payroll, leaves, and attendance. For example, in the case of leave components, we typically use only the information classification. The information classification we need is already created, so let's go through it once. Here, the user selected the organization, defined the classification name as information, and saved the record. For a more detailed session, you can refer to the component classification session covered under the payroll module. So, the component classification is now ready and will be available for use in the component definition screen. That concludes our component classification configuration for today. Thank you for attending.